Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to unpack a super condensed, frankly brilliant piece of ancient wisdom known as the Lakkhana Sutta. Now, if you've ever found yourself wondering how to genuinely judge a person's character, or honestly how to evaluate your own, this text cuts right through the noise. It doesn't deal in complex psychological profiling or guessing at hidden motivations. Instead, it offers an incredibly simple, almost surgical framework for understanding human behavior. So settle in, and let's explore what it actually means to be characterized by our actions.
It is through the activities of one's life that one's discernment shines. Just let that sink in for a second. It's literally saying that it doesn't matter what you think in the privacy of your own head, and it definitely doesn't matter what you claim to believe. The text makes this profound declaration right out of the gate: your ultimate wisdom, your true discernment, is only visible through what you actually do. It's such a practical, grounded approach. It pulls philosophy right out of the clouds and plants it firmly into the dirt of our daily routines, our habits, and our interactions.
Just real quick on the background here, this text originates from the Aṅguttara Nikāya, specifically section 3.2, and it was translated from the ancient Pali language by Thanissaro Bhikkhu. Understanding this metadata is actually vital because it grounds us in an oral tradition. These teachings were spoken, memorized, and passed down for generations before anyone ever wrote them down. Because of that, the structure is intentionally repetitive. It's highly symmetrical, designed to be totally unforgettable. As we go through the text today, you're going to really notice that rhythmic, memorable pattern.
Section 1. Characterized by action. To really grasp this core thesis, that our character is completely tied to our observable behavior, we need to look at the title word itself, Lakkhana. In Pali, Lakkhana translates to a mark, a sign, or characteristic. Think of it kind of like a physician looking for the physical symptoms of an illness, right? The symptom is just the visible sign of an underlying condition. In the exact same way, this text is arguing that our actions are the Lakkhana, the outward, undeniable symptoms of our inner character. We aren't judged by some invisible inner essence. We are characterized by the actual marks we leave on the world. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how the sutta breaks those marks down. It comprehensively categorizes the absolute entirety of human output into just 3 specific domains: bodily action, verbal action, and mental action. Every single thing you do, say, or intentionally think falls into one of these 3 buckets. By simplifying human behavior into this triad, the text gives us a complete dashboard for monitoring our lives. There are literally no loopholes here. Body, speech, and mind cover the whole spectrum of how we interact with reality.
Section 2. Anatomy of a Fool. Systemic Misconduct.
Okay, so how do we spot a fool? Well, the text says a fool is recognized by being fully endowed with these 3 things: bodily misconduct, verbal misconduct, and mental misconduct. Notice the systemic, complete nature of this breakdown. A fool isn't just somebody who makes a mistake every now and then. We all do that. No, they are defined by a triad of harmful behavior across all 3 domains of action. Their physical actions are harmful, their speech is harmful, and their underlying mental intentions are harmful. It is a total package of misaligned conduct.
Section 3. Anatomy of the Wise. Let's move to and see how this builds into the exact opposite archetype.
A wise person, on the other hand, is recognized by being completely endowed with these 3 things: good bodily conduct, good verbal conduct, and good mental conduct. It's such a profound yet beautifully simple shift, isn't it? The domains of action haven't changed at all. We're still dealing with body, speech, and mind. But the output? It's transformed entirely. The wise person's discernment shines through simply because their physical actions are constructive, their words are actually beneficial, and their mental state is wholesome.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark visual contrast. Over on the left, we have the fool, marked by misconduct. On the right, the wise, marked by good conduct. This symmetrical, mirrored contrast is exactly what makes this ancient teaching so incredibly memorable. There is zero ambiguity here. It forces a kind of radical self-honesty. When you look at this clear binary, it literally acts as a mirror. It's asking you to categorize your own daily output. Are your habits aligning with the left side of this framework or the right side?
Section 4. The Call to Train. Because this text doesn't just philosophize, it demands a response.
Identifying the problem, or even recognizing the ideal, is really only half the battle. The text states thus, "Monks, you should train yourselves." Now, the original audience here was an assembly of monks, people who had dedicated their entire lives to this practice, but the absolute operative word for us to focus on is train. Wisdom in this framework is not a genetic gift. It's not a lottery ticket you're simply born with or without. It is a muscle. Moving from the habits of the fool over to the habits of the wise requires active, intentional, and ongoing training.
So the crucial point is captured right here in this highly actionable two-step procedure. Step 1. Avoid the three things of a fool. Just stop the bodily, verbal, and mental misconduct. Step 2. Undertake and maintain the three things of the wise. Cultivate that good conduct across those exact same three domains. This isn't some vague suggestion to be a better person. It's a daily, hourly instruction manual. And notice that word maintain in step 2. That implies consistency is the key to this whole thing. You've got to keep showing up and making the conscious choice to act wisely.
Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway from the Lakkhana Sutta. We've seen that our internal wisdom is essentially invisible until it crosses the threshold into our outward actions. We've seen the completely clear markers of both the fool and the wise person across our body, speech, and mind. And we've learned that embodying that wisdom takes deliberate training. So, as you step away from this explainer and get back into the reality of your daily life, I want to leave you with one simple question. How will your actions characterize you today?